Have you ever woken up feeling like the world is already miles ahead of you? That before you even open your eyes, you're already buried under deadlines, buzzing notifications, and endless to-do lists. What if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? Picture this: you open your eyes to a morning of stillness. No rush, no chaos. Just a few moments to breathe, to listen to yourself, to feel that you are in control of your day, not the other way around. What would happen if just a few small changes in your morning could transform not only the way you feel today, but the way you live every single day of your life? In this video, I'm going to share with you a calm morning routine inspired by the timeless philosophy of Napoleon Hill, a set of simple but powerful habits that can re-energize your mind, awaken your soul, and set the tone for a meaningful day. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might not just change your mornings, it might just change how you see life itself. Expanded script. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly felt present in the morning? Not scrolling through your phone, not rushing through breakfast, but just being there, in that moment? Most of us start our days like we're on a racetrack, running faster, trying to get ahead, and feeling exhausted before the day even begins. But what if you started differently? What if, instead of waking up and letting stress dictate your first thoughts, you gave yourself a few quiet moments? A moment of gratitude. A moment to breathe. A moment to say, today, I choose how I feel. Today, I choose how I show up. This is where the power of a calm morning routine begins. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. or hustling harder. It's about creating inner stillness so you can face the world with clarity, energy, and intention. The why a calm morning matters. Think about this: your mornings shape your days, and your days shape your life. If you wake up feeling anxious, reacting to every little thing, your entire day spirals in that energy. But when you wake up calm and intentional, you're no longer a passenger, you're the driver. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, believed that the way we condition our minds each day directly influences our success, happiness, and inner peace. He once said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." So, what if your mornings were designed to fill your mind with calmness, confidence, and clarity instead of chaos? The scenario: imagine this. Imagine opening your eyes tomorrow morning, and instead of reaching for your phone, you take a deep breath and think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something simple: your warm bed, the sound of birds outside, or just the fact that you're alive and breathing. Now imagine sitting quietly for 5 minutes, focusing on your breath, feeling every inhale and exhale like a wave washing away yesterday's stress. Doesn't that already sound like a better way to start the day? My experience: a quick story. I used to wake up and immediately check my emails. I'd jump from one task to another, feeling like I was already behind. My mornings were filled with stress, and my mind never felt clear. But the moment I started practicing a calm morning routine, everything shifted. I wasn't just reacting to life anymore, I was creating my day, shaping it with intention. I felt more productive, less anxious, and honestly happier. And this is exactly what I want for you. The promise why you should listen. In the next part of this video, I'll share simple, actionable steps that anyone can do no matter how busy your life is. You don't need an hour-long yoga session or a complicated schedule. Even 10 minutes of calm, focused habits can set you up for success. But here's the thing: the real question is not do you have time, but are you willing to create time for the life you want? Hook questions to engage the viewer. Have you ever felt like your mornings control you instead of you controlling them? What's the first thing you think about when you wake up? Is it something that empowers you or drains you? If you could start each day with peace and clarity, how different would your life feel? The transition to content. So, stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share isn't theory. It's a routine that has transformed my life and the lives of many others who've tried it. Think of this video as your personal reset button. You'll walk away with not just tips, but with the motivation and tools to create mornings that set your heart and mind on fire in the calmest, most intentional way. Closing for the hook. Let's dive in. And remember this: your mornings shape your destiny. If you want a better life, start by designing a better morning. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Do you immediately reach for your phone, check your emails, scroll through social media, and start your day with an overload of information? Or do you take a moment, just a few quiet seconds, to feel grateful for being alive today? Let me tell you something: the first thought you choose in the morning is like setting the GPS for your entire day. It determines the direction of your mood, your energy, and even how you respond to challenges. Gratitude isn't just a fluffy concept or a motivational cliché, it's a powerful mental switch. The moment you wake up, take one deep, slow breath. Let your lungs fill with air, and instead of thinking about what's missing or what you need to do, focus on 3 simple things you're grateful for. It could be something as small as the warmth of your blanket, the way the sunlight gently filters through your window, or simply the fact that your heart is still beating. How often do we take a moment to appreciate these tiny miracles? Why gratitude matters. Napoleon Hill, the legendary author of Think and Grow Rich, once said, "Your mental attitude is the most dependable key to your destiny." Think about that for a second. If your mental attitude determines where you're going in life, what kind of energy are you choosing to start your day with? Are you beginning with stress, anxiety, and comparison? Or are you beginning with gratitude, the emotion that attracts abundance, joy, and calmness? When you wake up with gratitude, you're telling your mind, "Today, I choose to see what's good, not just what's missing. Today, I choose peace," and that small choice creates a ripple effect. You'll be surprised how differently people respond to you, how much lighter you feel, and how even small challenges don't shake you as much. Visualization exercise. Let's do a little exercise right now. Close your eyes, or if you can't, just take a deep breath and imagine this. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, and instead of rushing, you take 10 seconds to feel the bed under you. You whisper to yourself, "Thank you. I get another day, another chance." Then, think about one person you love, someone who brings warmth into your life. Feel grateful for them. Finally, think of one thing about yourself that you're proud of, maybe your resilience, your kindness, or simply the fact that you keep trying. Doesn't that feel different already? That calmness, that sense of appreciation, that is the energy that can transform your day. My experience with gratitude mornings. I used to wake up and immediately check my phone. Within 5 minutes, I'd be drowning in other people's lives, other people's demands, and my own sense of not being enough. It felt like I was starting every day already behind. But when I started this small shift, just 3 thoughts of gratitude each morning, everything changed. I felt more grounded. I felt in control, even on tough days. And I realized something important. Gratitude doesn't erase your problems, but it gives you the mindset to face them with strength and clarity. Hook questions for viewers. What is the first thought you have when you wake up? Does it empower you, or does it drain you? If you spent just 1 minute each morning thinking about what's good instead of what's wrong, how would that change your energy for the rest of the day? Are you willing to try it, just for 1 week, and see how different you feel? Practical tip. Tomorrow morning, before your feet even touch the ground, pause. Put your hand on your heart and simply say, "Thank you." Then, mentally list 3 things you're grateful for. This will take less than 60 seconds, but trust me, the effect can last for hours. If you want to go deeper, write it down in a small journal. Over time, this becomes a treasure of positive memories that you can look back on when life gets tough. Closing transition. Gratitude is the foundation of a calm, intentional morning. It's not about ignoring what's wrong in your life, it's about choosing to see what's right first. So, let me ask you, will you start tomorrow with gratitude? Will you give yourself the gift of 1 quiet minute that can transform your day? In the next part of this video, I'll share the next powerful step to add to your morning, something that will help you center your mind and create unstoppable focus. But first, promise yourself this: no phone, no chaos, just 1 deep breath of gratitude to start your day. What if I told you that just 5 minutes of intentional breathing could shift the entire energy of your day? 5 minutes. That's less time than you spend scrolling through your phone in the morning, but those 5 minutes could be the difference between a day full of chaos and a day filled with clarity and calm. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly paid attention to your own breath? Not just breathing because your body does it automatically, but really feeling each inhale, each exhale, as if it's cleansing your mind. The power of 5 minutes. Here's the truth: you don't need an hour of meditation or a trip to a silent retreat to find peace. All you need is 5 minutes and your breath. Find a quiet spot. Maybe it's by the window where sunlight softly touches your skin, or maybe it's just the corner of your room before anyone else wakes up. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and then slowly exhale for 4. It's called the 4-4-4 method, and it's not just simple, it's powerful. With every breath, you're telling your body, "I'm safe. I'm present. I'm here." What meditation really is. So many people think meditation means stop thinking, but let's be real, your brain isn't a switch you can just turn off. Thoughts will come. The key is not to fight them. Meditation is about observing. Imagine your thoughts as clouds passing across the sky. You don't chase them, you don't push them away, you just watch them drift by. That simple shift from reacting to observing is where inner calm begins. When I first started meditating, my mind was like a busy freeway. 1,000 thoughts zooming by, and I felt like I was doing it wrong. But over time, I realized that the magic happens in that quiet moment when you simply notice your thoughts and let them go. That's where you take back control over your emotions. Why you should try this. Do you ever feel like you're constantly on? Your phone, your job, your responsibilities all pulling you in different directions. Meditation is like pressing a reset button for your mind. It's not about escaping life, it's about preparing yourself to face it with strength and clarity. Imagine starting your day not with noise, but with 5 minutes of silence and breath. How different would your energy feel? How much more focused and calm would you be as you step into the challenges of the day? Practical exercise. Tomorrow morning, I want you to try this. Sit in a comfortable position with your back straight. Close your eyes and place one hand on your chest. Take a slow breath in through your nose, count 1234. Hold that breath gently 1234. Then slowly exhale 1234. Do this cycle 6 times. That's 2 minutes. If you can do it for 5 minutes, even better. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel the tension leave your body. My personal take. I'll be honest with you, I used to think I was too busy to meditate. 5 minutes felt like a waste when I had emails to check and tasks to start. But then I realized something. Those 5 minutes I didn't have were actually the 5 minutes that made me more productive, less stressed, and more creative. Meditation is like sharpening your axe before chopping wood. You could swing harder and harder, but without a sharp tool, you're just wearing yourself out. A calm mind is your sharpest tool. Hook questions to the audience. What if 5 minutes of stillness could give you 10 times more energy for the rest of the day? Would you try it? Have you ever noticed how your breath changes when you're stressed? What if you could control that, instead of letting stress control you? If the world feels too loud, what's stopping you from finding 5 minutes of quiet just for yourself? How this connects to your life. The beauty of breathing or meditation is that it doesn't just stay in the morning. The calm you create in those few minutes carries with you into every conversation, every decision, and every challenge. Think about it. Have you ever reacted too quickly to a problem, only to regret it later? What if, because of those 5 minutes of morning meditation, you had the clarity to respond instead of react? That's how this simple practice can change not just your mornings, but your life. Closing transition. So tomorrow, give yourself this gift. Just 5 minutes. No phone. No noise. Just your breath and your presence. In the next part of this video, I'll share another powerful step, something that helps your body wake up and feel alive, so you can face the day with both mental clarity and physical energy. But for now, I have one question for you. Will you try 5 minutes of calm tomorrow morning? Or will you let another day start with chaos? The choice is yours. Here's something I want you to think about. How do you wake your body up in the morning? Do you drag yourself out of bed, grab your coffee, and jump straight into work? Or do you take a few moments to remind your body that it's alive, that it's ready for the day ahead? A calm morning doesn't mean lying still all the time. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do after waking up is to add just 510 minutes of gentle movement. And no, I'm not talking about an intense workout or sweating buckets. I'm talking about slow, mindful movements that stretch, awaken, and prepare your body for everything that's coming. Why movement matters. Think of your body like a car. You wouldn't start a long journey without warming up the engine, right? Your muscles, your joints, and even your mind need the same kind of warm-up. Gentle stretching, a few yoga poses, or even walking around your room can make you feel alert, energized, and ready. Here's the truth. When your body wakes up, your mind wakes up too. Ever noticed how your mood shifts after a quick walk or a good stretch? That's because movement triggers the release of endorphins, the feel-good chemicals, and sets the tone for a positive day. My experience with morning movement. There was a time when I used to jump straight from bed to my desk. I'd sit for hours hunched over my computer, feeling stiff and tired before the day had even started. It wasn't until I started incorporating a 10-minute stretch routine into my mornings that I realized how different my energy could be. Imagine this: you wake up, you roll your shoulders, you stretch your arms towards the ceiling, and you take a few slow, deep breaths. In just a few moments, you feel your body saying, "Thank you, I'm ready." Examples of gentle movements. If you're wondering what to do in those 510 minutes, here are a few simple ideas. Neck rolls and shoulder stretches to release tension from sleeping. Cat-cow stretches to gently warm up your spine. Sun salutations if you enjoy yoga, nothing fancy, just slow, mindful movements. A short walk, maybe stepping outside for a breath of fresh air, or just walking around your living room while focusing on your posture. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need any equipment. All you need is your body and a willingness to show up for yourself. The mind-body connection. Let me ask you this: how often do you feel mentally stuck because your body is stuck? When we're tense or stiff, our thoughts feel the same way. But when we move, even just a little, it's like shaking the dust off your mind. Gentle morning movement isn't just about physical health, it's about mental clarity. When your blood starts circulating, your brain gets more oxygen, and suddenly you feel sharper, calmer, and more in control. Hook questions to the audience. How would your day feel if you gave yourself just 5 minutes to stretch and breathe before doing anything else? What's stopping you from standing up right now and moving your shoulders, your neck, your back? If your body could talk, what would it say about how you start your mornings? Visualization: a mini scenario. Imagine this: it's early morning. The sunlight is soft, your house is quiet. You stand up, close your eyes, and roll your shoulders slowly. You bend forward, take a deep breath, and as you rise, you feel the stiffness of sleep melting away. You take another breath, and it feels like your whole body is waking up, ready to face the world. Doesn't that sound like a better way to start the day? Practical tip: start small. You don't have to commit to a full yoga routine right away. Even 3 minutes of stretching is better than nothing. One of my favorite quick resets is standing up, reaching my arms overhead, and slowly folding forward like I'm pouring all the tension out of my body. Personal take and motivation. I used to believe that exercise had to be hard, fast, and intense to make a difference. But then I discovered that gentle, mindful movement in the morning can do something just as powerful. It connects you with your body and grounds you for the day ahead. This isn't about burning calories. It's about saying to your body, "I see you. I care for you. Let's do this together." Closing transition. So tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone or check your emails, give your body 5 minutes of your time. Trust me, it will thank you. In the next part of this video, I'll share how to set intentions for your day, a simple journaling practice that will help you create clarity and purpose. But first, ask yourself this: will you move with me tomorrow morning, or will you let your body stay stuck in yesterday's energy? Have you ever had a day where everything felt blurry? Where you went through the motions, emails, meetings, tasks, but at the end of the day, you couldn't even remember what you were truly aiming for? Here's a truth I learned the hard way: if you don't set your intentions, your day will be controlled by everything and everyone else. That's why I want to share with you a simple, but incredibly powerful habit: writing down your intentions every single morning. The power of a pen and paper. It might sound too simple, right? Just write something down. But here's the thing: writing is like placing a powerful signal into your brain. It's like setting your internal GPS. When you write, you're telling your mind, "This is where I want to go. This is what matters today." All you need is a small notebook, nothing fancy. Open it up and write 1 or 2 sentences that define how you want to feel or what you want to accomplish today. It could be something like, "Today, I want to slow down and enjoy the small moments. Today, I will focus and finish the one important task that truly matters." Why this works? Do you know what happens when you don't set intentions? Your brain works like an open tab on the internet, constantly jumping from one thing to another, reacting to every little notification. But when you write things down, you create clarity. You are giving your brain a roadmap, so even when distractions come, you know where to return. I like to think of it like driving with GPS. Sure, you might take a wrong turn or hit some traffic, but your GPS always brings you back to the route. Your daily intention is exactly like that. It pulls you back to what's important. My experience with intention setting. When I first started doing this, I kept it simple. My first note said, "Today, I will stay calm no matter what happens, and just that single line shifted how I reacted to things. When someone sent me a stressful email, I paused and thought, wait, I wrote that I would stay calm today. Over time, I started writing intentions not just for tasks, but for how I wanted to feel. Today, I choose joy, or today, I will speak kindly to myself. And you know what? The energy of my entire day changed. I wasn't just surviving the day, I was creating it. Hook questions to the audience. What's the first thing you want to feel when you start your day? Is it focus, peace, confidence? If you could write one sentence that would guide your entire day, what would it be? Imagine how your life would feel if you started every day with clear, powerful intentions. Would you feel more in control? More fulfilled? Practical tip: how to start. Here's what I suggest you try tomorrow morning. Grab a notebook. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Write down just one intention. Something small and specific. For example, today, I will finish the project I've been avoiding, or today, I will take 10 minutes to appreciate my family. Keep it somewhere visible, like on your desk or near your laptop. This isn't about writing long to-do lists or overwhelming goals. It's about planting a single seed in your mind, a seed that will grow throughout your day. The science behind IT. Studies have shown that when we write things down, we're more likely to remember and act on them. Why? Because writing engages the brain differently than just thinking. It creates a physical connection between your thoughts and actions. I've seen entrepreneurs, athletes, and creatives use this technique, and they swear by it. It's not magic, it's focus. Visualization exercise. Imagine this: it's morning. You sit at your desk with a warm cup of coffee. The world is quiet for a moment. You open your notebook and write, "Today, I choose to stay calm and grateful." Later that day, when a challenge hits, instead of reacting with anger or stress, you remember that line. You take a breath. You respond differently. That's the power of intention. Personal take and motivation. I'll be honest, I used to think I didn't need this. I know what I need to do, I'd tell myself. But knowing isn't the same as committing. Writing is committing. It's you taking responsibility for your energy, your mindset, and your actions. And here's the best part: this habit takes less than 2 minutes. But those 2 minutes could define the entire direction of your day. Closing transition. So, I challenge you, tomorrow morning, write just one line. One line that defines who you want to be and what you want to create that day. In the next part of this video, I'll share another step: how to feed your mind with inspiration right after setting your intentions, so your energy stays high and your thoughts stay positive. But before we move on, I want to ask you, what will your first line say tomorrow morning? Will you write it down, or will you let your day drift without direction? Let me ask you this: what's the very first thing you feed your mind in the morning? Is it the endless scroll of social media, filled with negative headlines, drama, and noise? Or is it something that uplifts you, something that sets your mind on fire with possibility? The truth is simple: what you consume mentally in the morning is just as important as what you eat for breakfast. If you start your day by filling your mind with negativity, how do you expect to feel inspired or motivated? The power of positive input. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, once said, "You become what you think about." Think about that for a second. If you're constantly feeding your brain with bad news, comparison, and chaos, what do you think you'll become? But if you start your morning with positive, empowering content, whether that's a book, an inspiring podcast, or even a motivational video, you're setting the tone for a stronger, clearer, and more intentional day. My morning mind diet. I'll share something personal with you. There was a time when my morning started with my phone. I'd scroll through news apps, social media, and before I even left my bed, I felt drained, anxious, and behind. But when I made the switch, when I replaced 10 minutes of scrolling with 10 minutes of reading or listening to something positive, my entire mindset shifted. I started my day feeling empowered instead of overwhelmed. Imagine reading just one page from a book like Think and Grow Rich or The Power of Now, or listening to a podcast that gives you ideas, hope, and focus. That's not just information, it's fuel for your soul. Hook questions to the audience. What is the first piece of information you feed your brain each morning? Is it helping you or hurting you? If 10 minutes of positive reading or listening could transform your mood and energy, would you try it? Imagine how your day would feel if you started it with wisdom instead of worrying. Practical tip: how to start. Tomorrow morning, I want you to try this simple shift. Spend 10 minutes with something positive. Here are a few easy ideas. Read one chapter of an inspiring book. Napoleon Hill, James Clear, Robin Sharma. Choose something that challenges and uplifts you. Listen to a podcast or an audio clip that focuses on growth, mindset, or success. Watch a motivational video, just one, instead of mindlessly scrolling through negativity. Why this works? Your mind is like a sponge, especially in the morning. It absorbs everything you feed it. So why not feed it with ideas that build you up instead of tearing you down? Think of your brain as fertile soil. Whatever you plant first thing in the morning, that's what will grow throughout the day. Do you want to plant seeds of fear and frustration, or seeds of confidence and possibility? Visualization exercise. Imagine this. It's 7 a.m. You sit with a warm cup of coffee, open a book, and read one powerful paragraph about success, courage, or gratitude. That single paragraph stays with you as you move through the day, guiding your actions and shaping how you respond to challenges. Now, compare that to scrolling through the latest news headlines or social media drama. Which version of you do you think will show up stronger today? Personal take and motivation. I used to think I didn't have time for this. I'll read later, I'd say. But later never came. The truth is, if you give your brain junk in the morning, it will run on junk energy all day. But now, those 10 minutes of positive input are sacred to me. They're like a morning shield that protects me from the negativity of the world. Hook closing questions. So, what will you choose tomorrow? Will you give yourself 10 minutes of inspiration? Or will you keep letting the noise of the world decide how you feel? Remember this: the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. Closing transition. In the next part of this video, I'll share another simple yet powerful habit, one that will help you visualize your success before your day even begins. But first, I want you to promise yourself this: tomorrow morning, you will feed your mind with something positive. Even if it's just one page, one paragraph, or one powerful thought. Because when you start your day with positivity, you don't just react to the world, you create it. Have you ever noticed how athletes visualize their success before they even step onto the field? They see themselves scoring that winning point, crossing the finish line, or holding the trophy long before it happens. Why? Because the mind believes what it repeatedly sees, even when it's in your imagination. What if you started your day the same way? What if you could see your success before it even begins? The power of visualization. Here's the thing. Your brain doesn't distinguish much between imagination and reality. When you picture something vividly, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were really living that moment. That's why visualization is such a powerful tool. It creates a mental rehearsal for success. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. How do you want your day to look? See yourself walking confidently into work, handling challenges with calm determination, and finishing your day knowing you gave your best. Feel it, hear it, see it as if it's happening right now. My personal experience with visualization. There was a time when I started every day anxious and unprepared. But once I began taking just 35 minutes in the morning to visualize a successful day, everything shifted. I saw myself answering tough questions with clarity, staying calm during stressful moments, and even finishing tasks with a sense of ease. And you know what? My brain started to believe it, and so did I. Visualization turned my day into something I created, instead of something I just reacted to. Hook questions to the audience. If you could design your perfect day, what would it look like? How would you speak, move, and make decisions if you already felt confident and successful? What if simply seeing yourself succeed could give you the courage to make it happen? Practical exercise: a 3-minute visualization. Here's a simple exercise you can try tomorrow morning. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Now, imagine your day from the moment you leave the house to your evening routine. Visualize yourself overcoming obstacles calmly, speaking with confidence, and feeling proud of what you achieve. The key is to not just see it, but to feel it. Feel the emotions of success, the pride, the calmness, the satisfaction. Your brain will start to wire itself for that version of reality. Why visualization works. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, emphasized that everything begins in the mind before it becomes reality. Visualization works because it primes your subconscious mind to recognize opportunities and make decisions that align with the vision you've created. Think about it. If you wake up visualizing chaos, you'll find chaos. But if you visualize success and clarity, you'll naturally act in ways that create those outcomes. Visualization in action, a mini story. I once heard a story about a professional golfer who never played a shot without first visualizing exactly where he wanted the ball to go. He didn't just swing, he imagined the perfect shot, the sound of the ball, and the feeling of success. Life is no different. You can see the conversation going well, the meeting ending with success, or the task being completed with ease all before it even happens. Hook and motivation. What would happen if you gave yourself just 3 minutes each morning to do this? How would your day feel different if you walked into every situation already feeling like a winner? Here's the truth. Your thoughts create your reality. When you visualize your day with intention, you're not waiting for luck, you're shaping your own success. Closing transition. So tomorrow morning, I challenge you to take just 3 minutes to visualize your success. Don't just think about it, see it. Imagine your energy, your confidence, your victories. In the next part of this video, I'll share another crucial step: how to nourish your body mindfully to sustain that success throughout the day. But before we go there, I want to leave you with this question. Are you willing to see the version of yourself that wins today before the day even begins? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly enjoyed your breakfast? Not just eating while rushing out the door, scrolling through your phone, or answering emails, but actually tasting each bite, feeling your body wake up with every sip and every chew. A quality morning isn't just about your mind, it's also about how you fuel your body. You wouldn't drive your car on an empty tank, right? So why start your day without giving your body the right energy? The power of a simple, nourishing breakfast. Breakfast doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It could be something as simple as a glass of warm water with lemon to cleanse your system and hydrate your body. Or a bowl of oats, some eggs, fresh fruit, or a smoothie packed with nutrients. What matters is the intention. It's not about stuffing food in while multitasking. It's about choosing foods that fuel your energy, focus, and mood. Mindful eating, a form of meditation. Here's a little secret. Eating can be a form of meditation. Instead of rushing, take a moment to slow down. Notice the color, the texture, the aroma of your food. Take small bites. Chew slowly. Savor each flavor. When you eat like this, you're not just feeding your body, you're calming your nervous system. It tells your mind, we're safe. We have time. We're present. That's the best way to start the day. My personal experience. I used to skip breakfast, thinking I was saving time or cutting calories. But by 10 a.m., I felt drained, irritable, and unfocused. It wasn't until I started having a mindful, healthy breakfast that I realized how much of a difference it made. A simple routine: warm water with lemon, a few minutes of slow eating, and something nutritious transformed my mornings. I had more energy, better concentration, and I felt grounded. Hook questions to the audience. What's the first thing you put into your body each morning? Is it something that gives you energy or something that leaves you feeling sluggish? What if, instead of rushing through breakfast, you turn it into a small ritual, one that nourishes not just your body, but your mind? How would your mornings feel if you treated your first meal as a moment of self-care? Practical tip: how to start. If you don't have much time, don't worry. Here are some easy, healthy breakfast ideas. Warm lemon water, simple but powerful for hydration and detox. A quick smoothie: bananas, berries, spinach, and almond milk make a 5-minute energy booster. Overnight oats: prepare them the night before with chia seeds, nuts, and a drizzle of honey. Even just 5 minutes of eating mindfully without your phone or TV can make a world of difference. Why this matters? Your first meal isn't just food, it's a signal to your body. It tells your system it's time to wake up, time to create, time to feel good. When you choose a healthy breakfast, you're not just avoiding hunger, you're setting the tone for your entire day. Napoleon Hill said, "You are what you think." I'd add, you are also how you fuel yourself. If you feed your body with care, you're telling yourself that you deserve energy, health, and vitality. Visualization exercise. Imagine this: tomorrow morning, you sit at your kitchen table with a warm cup of lemon water. You take a deep breath. You take your first bite slowly, without any distractions. You chew, you taste, and you smile, because this moment is yours. This is your quiet time to nourish yourself before the day begins. How would that feel compared to grabbing a rushed, greasy snack on the go? Motivation and personal insight. Eating mindfully isn't about perfection. It's not about a strict diet or complicated rules. It's about honoring your body. It's about saying, I care about how I start my day because I care about how I live my life. I promise you, when you eat with presence and intention, you'll not only feel better physically, you'll also feel more in tune with yourself. Closing transition. So, tomorrow morning, I challenge you, don't just experience your breakfast. Treat it as a ritual of gratitude and self-care. In the next part of this video, I'll share another powerful habit, positive affirmations, that will help you start your day with confidence and unstoppable energy. But before we move on, I want you to ask yourself, will you take just 10 minutes tomorrow to truly fuel your mind and body? Or will you let the chaos of the morning decide how you feel? Have you ever realized that the way you talk to yourself shapes the way you live? Most of us wake up and the first voice we hear in our head is not kind. It's that voice saying, "You're not good enough. You're behind. You can't do this." But what if you could change that voice? What if, every morning, you decided to speak words that build you up instead of tearing you down? That's the power of positive affirmations. Why affirmations matter. Your words create your reality. When you speak positivity into your life, you're not just saying empty phrases, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe in your strength, your worth, and your potential. Think about it. When you constantly say things like, "I'm so stressed," "I'm always failing," your mind believes it, and your life follows that pattern. But if you say, "I am calm," "I am capable," "I am enough," your brain starts finding ways to make that true. Napoleon Hill once said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Affirmations are how you teach your mind to believe. How to start. Simple examples. Tomorrow morning, stand in front of a mirror or sit quietly with your eyes closed. Then, say 35 affirmations out loud. For example, today, I am calm and focused. I am worthy of joy and success. I have the power to create the life I desire. Yes, it might feel awkward at first. You might even laugh. But let me tell you this, the words you speak to yourself matter more than the words anyone else says to you. My personal experience. When I first started doing affirmations, I felt ridiculous. I remember standing in front of the mirror thinking, "This is silly. How can saying a few words change anything?" But then I realized something. The problem wasn't the words, it was my resistance to believing in myself. After just a week of practicing, I noticed a shift. I started catching myself when negative thoughts came up. I replaced them with affirmations, and suddenly, my confidence grew. I approached challenges differently because I had already told myself, I can handle this. Hook questions to the audience. What's the first thing you say to yourself when you wake up? Is it empowering or discouraging? If you could rewrite your inner dialogue, what words would you choose? How would your day change if you started each morning by declaring, "I am capable, I am worthy, I am unstoppable"? The science behind it. Science shows that affirmations can rewire your brain. By repeating positive statements, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with confidence and self-belief. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. Think about professional athletes. Many of them use affirmations before stepping onto the field. They say things like, "I am strong," "I am ready," "I will win." If it works for them, why wouldn't it work for you? Visualization plus affirmations. Want to take this to the next level? Combine affirmations with visualization. For example, as you say, "I am confident," imagine yourself walking into your day with your head held high, smiling, and feeling powerful. When you say, "I am calm," see yourself handling challenges with grace and ease. Practical tip. Here's what I suggest. Write down 3 affirmations that resonate with you. Say them out loud every morning. Yes, out loud. Your brain needs to hear your voice. Repeat them throughout the day whenever negative thoughts creep in. Start with something simple like, "I choose peace today," or "I am capable of amazing things." Motivation and personal take. This practice may feel uncomfortable at first because most of us aren't used to speaking kindly to ourselves. But that's exactly why we need it. The world is already loud with criticism. Why add to it by being your own worst enemy? Instead, be your own biggest cheerleader. Remind yourself daily that you are enough, you are growing, and you have the power to change. Hook and closing thoughts. So, I want you to ask yourself right now, what's one affirmation you can start saying every morning to set the tone for your day? In the next part of this video, I'll show you another powerful habit, one that involves silence and reflection to lock in this positive energy before the world starts demanding your attention. But before we go there, I challenge you to try this. Tomorrow morning, look in the mirror and say, I am ready. I am enough. I will own this day, and watch how differently you show up. When was the last time you sat in complete silence? No music, no phone, no notifications, no thoughts racing through your head, just you, breathing, existing, feeling the stillness of the moment. Most of us start our day surrounded by noise, the sound of alarms, buzzing phones, or the chatter of the outside world. But here's the truth. Your mind craves silence just as much as your body craves rest. Before diving into work, give yourself just 5 minutes of silence. It may sound simple, but those 5 minutes can change the entire rhythm of your day. Why silence matters. Silence is not empty, it's full of answers. In silence, your mind slows down. The fog of thoughts begins to clear, and what's left is a kind of mental clarity that no app, no motivational speech, no cup of coffee can give you. Think of your brain like a snow globe. When you're constantly shaking it, scrolling through social media, rushing from one task to the next, the snow swirls around, and you can't see clearly. But if you set it down for just a few moments, the snow settles, and the picture becomes crystal clear. Silence does the same for your mind. A simple exercise. Tomorrow morning, after you've finished your affirmations or your healthy breakfast, try this. Find a quiet place, maybe near a window or on your balcony. Sit down, close your eyes, and simply listen. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat. Notice the sounds around you, the hum of the world waking up, the breeze, maybe even the silence itself. The goal is not to think of nothing, but to just be. My personal experience with silence. When I first tried this, I'll be honest, it was uncomfortable. My mind wouldn't stop. I thought about my to-do list, my emails, everything I should be doing. But then I realized, that's the point. Those thoughts come because I never gave them space before. After a few days, something magical happened. Those 5 minutes became my sanctuary, a place where I could breathe, reset, and feel fully present. Hook questions to the audience. What would happen if you gave yourself 5 minutes of complete silence tomorrow morning? How much clearer would your mind feel if you started your day with stillness instead of noise? When was the last time you truly heard your own heartbeat? Silence and success. Some of the world's most successful thinkers, leaders, and creators use silence as a tool. Why? Because clarity is the foundation of great decisions and creativity. When your mind is quiet, you can hear your intuition. You can hear the ideas that are usually drowned out by the chaos of everyday life. The meditative benefit. Silence is like meditation's cousin. Even if meditation feels intimidating, 5 minutes of silence is something anyone can do. No techniques, no rules, just you, breathing, and being. Science even shows that moments of silence lower stress, reduce blood pressure, and boost focus. Imagine how much more powerful and intentional your day could be if you started it with a calm, clear mind. A mini visualization. Picture this, it's early morning. You sit in your living room with no distractions. You close your eyes. You feel the warmth of the sunlight on your face. You hear nothing but your own breath, slow, steady, grounding you. In that silence, you feel a strange sense of peace, as if time has slowed down. You realize this is your moment. Practical tip. Start small. Even 2 minutes of silence is enough to feel the shift. Set a timer if you need to, but the goal is not to count down the seconds, it's to let go. Put your phone in another room, close your laptop, and allow yourself to simply exist. Motivation and personal take. I'll say this, we live in a world that's louder than ever. But the most powerful answers often come when we're quiet enough to hear them. I've had some of my best ideas, my most important realizations, in those 5 minutes of silence. So, why not give yourself that gift? Closing transition. Tomorrow morning, try it. Just 5 minutes of silence. No distractions, no chaos. Listen to the sound of your own breath, feel your heart beating, and remind yourself that you are here, you are alive, and this day is yours to create. In the next part of this video, I'll share one final habit, how to set your top 3 priorities so you can move through the day with laser focus. But before that, I want to leave you with this question. Are you brave enough to find power in silence? Will you give yourself 5 minutes to reconnect with your own mind? Have you ever ended a busy day feeling like you did 100 things, but none of them really mattered? You were constantly moving, but when you look back, there's no real progress. That's not productivity, that's just being busy. Here's a truth I wish I had learned sooner. A successful day isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. And one of the most powerful ways to achieve that is by setting your top 3 priorities every morning. Why only 3? You might be wondering, why just 3? I have a dozen tasks to complete, but here's the secret: your brain can only focus on a few important things at a time. When you try to juggle 10 priorities, you end up doing none of them well. By choosing just 3, you give yourself clarity. You know exactly where to direct your time, energy, and focus. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. My personal experience with the top 3 rule. I used to start my mornings with endless to-do lists, 15 or 20 things I had to get done. By the end of the day, I'd check off a few random tasks, but the most important ones were still unfinished. It left me feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. Then I discovered the top 3 rule. Now, every morning, I write down the 3 most impactful things I must accomplish that day. And you know what? Even if I don't get to the smaller tasks, I end the day feeling accomplished because I moved the needle on what really matters. How to choose your top 3. Here's a simple way to figure them out. Ask yourself, what 3 things, if I accomplish them today, will make the biggest difference? Focus on the big wins, not the busy work. These could be a key project at work, an important conversation, or even a personal goal like exercising or reading. Write them down. Don't just think about them. Seeing them on paper creates accountability and clarity. Ooh, questions to the audience. How many times have you been busy all day but still felt like you achieved nothing meaningful? What would change if you only focused on 3 things that truly mattered instead of trying to do it all? If you had to choose the 3 most important tasks for tomorrow, what would they be? The psychology behind IT. Your brain thrives on focus. When you spread your attention across too many tasks, you dilute your energy. But when you zero in on just 3, you're not only more productive, you're less stressed. You start the day knowing exactly what success looks like. Visualization exercise. Imagine this: tomorrow morning, instead of drowning in a long to-do list, you look at a small note with your 3 priorities. You know what to focus on. You tackle them one by one, and by midday, you've already made real progress. How would that feel? Practical tip. Keep it simple. Write your top 3 on a sticky note or in your journal. Review them midday. Ask yourself, am I focusing on these or getting lost in distractions? Celebrate when you finish them, even if nothing else gets done. Those 3 tasks are your definition of a successful day. My insight and motivation. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, but busyness doesn't always lead to success. Clarity does. I promise you, if you try this for 1 week, just 7 mornings of writing down your top 3, you'll see a dramatic difference in how much calmer, more focused, and more accomplished you feel. Closing transition. So, tomorrow morning, I challenge you, don't write 10 things. Write 3. The 3 things that will make you proud when you look back at the end of the day. This is how you end your morning routine, not by rushing into chaos, but by deciding, this is what matters most today. Now, let me ask you this: what will be your top 3 priorities tomorrow? And how will your life change if you start every day with this kind of clarity? Let me leave you with this thought: your morning is not meant to be a race against time. It's not about how quickly you can get out the door or how many emails you can answer before 9 a.m. Your morning is your opportunity, your sacred space, to choose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and intention over autopilot. Think about it. When was the last time you woke up and felt truly present? Not rushing, not stressing, but actually feeling like you had the power to design your day instead of letting the day control you. The shift that changed everything for me. I'll be honest with you, I didn't always feel this way. I used to wake up to a flood of emails, notifications, and endless tasks. I felt like I was already behind before I even brushed my teeth. It was exhausting. I'd spend the rest of the day playing catch-up, stressed and overwhelmed, like I was fighting a battle I could never win. But everything changed when I started dedicating just 20 minutes every morning to myself. 20 minutes of calm, intentional habits like the ones I've shared in this video completely shifted how I felt. I became more focused, less anxious, and surprisingly happier. Why? Because those 20 minutes weren't about doing more, they were about being more present. Your mornings define your days. Here's the truth: Your morning set the tone for everything that follows. The way you start your day determines how you handle challenges, how you respond to people, and even how you feel about yourself. When you start your day with intention, whether it's practicing gratitude, taking 5 minutes of silence, or simply writing down your top 3 priorities, you're telling yourself, I'm in control. I decide how today unfolds. A question for you. So let me ask you, how do you want to show up today? Do you want to walk into your day feeling scattered and reactive? Or do you want to start with calm, grounded energy, knowing exactly what matters most to you? It doesn't take an hour-long routine or a life overhaul. It starts with just one small choice. Start small. Start tomorrow. Here's my challenge for you. Pick just one habit from this video and start tomorrow morning. Maybe it's spending 2 minutes listing 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's taking a deep breath and sitting in silence before the chaos of the day begins. Maybe it's writing one intention, one sentence that defines who you want to be today. You don't have to do it all at once. Change happens when we commit to small, consistent actions. My favorite quote. There's a line I always come back to. Your mornings shape your day, and your days shape your life. Think about it. If you can take control of your mornings, you can take control of your life. A simple visualization. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. Instead of rushing, you sit by the window with a cup of coffee. The sunlight warms your face as you take a slow, deep breath. You choose to start your day with gratitude and clarity. You move through your routine calmly, with intention. By the time the rest of the world wakes up, you're already centered and ready. How different would that feel compared to your usual morning? My personal promise to you. I know life is busy. I know mornings can feel chaotic, especially when you have responsibilities pulling you in every direction. But I promise you this, if you give yourself even 10-20 minutes each morning for these habits, your life will feel lighter, clearer, and more in your control. I've seen this not just in my own life, but in the lives of so many people who've tried it. The shift is real. Hook questions to leave you thinking. What is one small thing you can do tomorrow to create a morning that feels peaceful? If you change just your mornings, how much would the rest of your life change? What's stopping you from giving yourself this gift of calm and focus? Closing message. Your morning is your foundation. Build it with care. Build it with love. Build it with habits that remind you of who you are and what you want to create. So tomorrow morning, I want you to pause and ask yourself, how do I want to show up for my life today? Because the way you answer that question through your actions, your mindset, and your morning will shape everything that follows. Final inspiration. Start small. Start tomorrow. Try just one habit from this video and watch how your energy shifts. Once you feel the difference, I promise you'll want to keep going. Remember, the morning is your chance to create the life you want one day at a time. So here's my invitation. Will you choose chaos or will you choose calm? Will you start your day on autopilot or will you create a morning that sets your soul on fire? The choice is yours.